happens, it's time for round number 5. I'm going to pass it on over to the booth.
Thank you, Mira. Welcome back to the booth here at Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipse. Marshall Sutcliffe with Paul Cheon. And as you said, big difference coming from the RC level up to the Pro Tour. You have to qualify you have to practice for 2 different formats in one tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can see already, we have these players who maybe are much more versed in constructed play because many paths to qualification involve constructed play here, struggling a little bit in kind of that limited section of the event. But now, I'm sure they're excited. They already won their first constructed round. Can they go back to back?
That's right. Daniel Toledo here, you see, with Demir Excruciator, is here via regional championship. That is one of the ways you too can find yourself here at the Pro Tour. Hongbin Sun on the other side also got here this time through an arena championship. So there's many different ways to qualify for the Pro Tour. You should look around your area to see what suits you best. And maybe we'll see you out here with the pros. In the meantime, an interesting matchup here, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Demir Excruciator, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it did win a world championship. So, I mean, in the hands of Javier Dominguez in the past, and I think Javier finally convincing his team once again to sleeve up some Doomsday Excruciators. Now, perhaps finally the time once again. In a different shell, though, this kind of plays out a lot more like a Demir control deck with kind of a combo kill finish, right? You have lots of removal, you have sweepers, and then you get Doomsday Excruciator into play, perhaps utilize cards like the Restless Reef to just mill out your opponent in 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah, kind of a good guys, bad guys thing here, right? We've got Demon Excruciators versus like Aang, the Airbender.
But can any deck with Badger Mole Cub be considered the good guy?
No, probably
right?
not by the end of the weekend, but we're early still here. Yeah. Requiting Hex is going to take down Llanowar Elves. I'll probably be saying that a lot over the course of the weekend as well. Land number 2 here for Daniel and nothing. There's Doc, and it is also going to die to Requiting Hex.
Yeah, nice new removal spell here from Lorwyn Eclipse, Requiting Hex, kind of allowing these Demir control decks to kind of come up, as previously the control decks of choice was mostly kind of in the Azorius Jeskai shell.
Paul, do you consider this Demons deck one of the I'm going to go against the Badger Mole Cub lists?
Oh, it has to. I mean, when you take a look at this deck, there are a lot of cards that you would fundamentally not really consider cards that are powerful enough to be a card that you should see in a standard deck. You look at a card like Insatiable Avarice, you're like, oh, that's just not something that you're going to see. It makes sense in this deck, but at the same time, I feel like this deck is probably, you're playing a deck with Harvester of Miseries, Requiting Hexes. You just want to kill any mana creature that enters the battlefield and then get your combo going. The issue, though, is Daniel's just drawn a bunch of removal, but doesn't have any way to kind of get the card flow going or a finisher.
Yeah, he's done a good job with that first part, but it looks like he's down to just the Bitter Triumph left.
Yeah, and this Bant Airbending deck just has lots of ways to get additional resources. We're talking about a deck with 4 copies of Interdimensional Web Watch, which is a way to get advantage. You have, of course, the 1 copy of Quantum Riddler, which is a great way to get card advantage. You can search it out with, of course, JED's World Championship card there, which is also quite nice. So you can't just kind of outgrind this deck using 1-for-1 removal. I think the play here, or the plan, is to slow things down enough and then find that Excruciator.
And you can see right now, things starting to go that direction, although a Harvester of Mystery, not too bad here off the top for Daniel. That is going to reset that land and give him a nice big 5/4 menace.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this Harvester can go all the way, but that is currently Daniel's game plan.
Right. But like you said, it's tough when he goes 1-for-1, 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 and then you see Quantum Riddler hit the battlefield. You're not really feeling good. That is not a good sign.
Yeah.
Interdimensional Web Watch.
Okay. Aang at the Crossroads and a Temple Garden. Doesn't have the mana to play the Aang just yet, but you do get to make your land drop for the turn.
And that goes until your end of your next turn, right? Okay.
5.
Good hit here for 5 from Daniel. What does he have to follow up with, though? So far, nothing.
Has a removal spell in the Bitter Triumph, so that is a way to deal with Aang at the Crossroads.
11, sure.
So So with the interdimensional web watch, you can play at the crossroads and still have 2 mana available. Also has the ability, if you want to kind of slow things down, you do have a couple of ways to airbend the Harvester of Misery too. Just to, look, if I'm going to try to put together a board that has a bunch of creatures with more than 2 toughness, you can still get that going just so you just don't get run over by this card.
Cast Airbender Ascension, target the Harvester of Mystery.
Okay, you heard him.
Yep.
Airbender Ascension does give you that trigger when it ETBs, so he's going to use it on the Harvester.
And now it will cost 2 mana to cast from the Airbend zone.
And Daniel says, sure.
And it's time to play Aang at the Crossroads, most likely.
Pass out.
Yep.
All right.
It's a big turn there for Hongbin Sun.
Yeah.
5 cards. 1, 2,
And I see a Badger Mole Cub.
5.
And you can get a creature with what? Mana value 4? Yeah.
Oh, and he hit Appa.
Oh, Appa Steadfast Guardian.
He sure did. Okay.
Trigger on this pack.
So now you can...
Trigger on the stack.
Yeah, trigger the stack.
Smart.
Yeah.
Use 1 3x.
You can still airbend the interdimensional web watch here if you'd like.
Because it enters and triggers Ascension. Okay, die.
So Sun just
And
making sure
think
that
about
the
it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Ascension
target.
picks up its counters.
Yeah, you can target the web watch and then cast it again for 2
I'm
mana
going
and just
to
use it as a
only
card
target
draw
the web
engine.
watch. Let's go to
So again, I mean, this is kind of what I
Yeah.
alluded to earlier. It's really hard.
Yeah, you're
to
not one
grind
for
through
one
this
in
deck.
your way out of
Yeah.
this.
That being said, I think the whole goal of this Dimir deck is not to just kind of play this control game where I'm just trying to grind you out of all of your cards. It's survival and find Excruciator or Superior Spider-Man and
Okay.
get that Excruciator into play. But right now,
First one.
Daniel doesn't have that, so he's
No.
just on the Harvester plan.
He can just recast a Harvester of Mystery. It won't actually kill anything this time. And he's got to hit with it 2 times plus to get the job done. That seems unlikely.
And he's got Hongbin's going to be able to play this interdimensional web watch for 2 mana, draw 2 more cards. Has an Aang
2
Swift
mana, cast
Savior
web
available
watch.
to cast as well.
And I create a. I
Daniel's
get
just got a
token.
swamp in hand, so he just has to sit back as a spectator
Exhaust
and
cards.
watch Hongbin Sun go off.
Another
oh,
Aang.
he hit the same thing again.
Right. And as you can see, also getting an ally token here, as you get a 1/1 token every time you
Cast
play
and a
something with
crossbow.
Appa Steadfast Guardian in play.
He's going to cast it straight away.
And now that you
Get
cast this
another
here,
ally
we're going to
token.
get the Airbender Ascension to
for
4,
5.
which is critical here because now you can blink Aang at the Crossroads end of turn and get an extra trigger here, just overloading the board with threats.
Yeah, the card draw, card advantage engines are very much online here for Hongbin Sun.
Oh, and I think Hongbin has assembled the combo. I don't know that he's got the mana here, but he's got Doc, Hourlock,
It just goes
Appa.
up to 4, and it doesn't matter. So I don't want to count it. Is that okay?
Fine. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Right, there is no...
So
yeah.
go to combat.
Okay.
Attack with Appa.
Yeah, I'm moving buff.
Appa's going to chip in.
And Hongbin does have Aang Swift Savior,
just
so
go on
he's
the
kind of
draw.
got that
I'm thinking about it.
the 3-card
So
combo going here. Once he
will
does,
play,
he can basically generate infinite ally tokens. And that's, of course, going to be extremely difficult to stop.
Multiversal
Can he do that at instant
passive
speed?
tap.
Right,
naming
but he
item.
doesn't have the ability to cast the Aang just yet.
So-
But when he does,
Once he does,
can he
yes.
end step it?
He can just, yeah, and especially when you also have Aang at the Crossroads going, you can kind of sift through your entire deck, and at some point, basically, you can get
So,
multiple
at the
copies
end
of Aang
step,
Swift Savior all
this
in the
triggers.
Airbend zone,
I
making it almost impossible
flicker
for your
Appa.
opponent to come back from that spot
And
because you're
I
going to
bring
have
1,
basically the ability to
2,
counter 3 spells.
3, 4.
So he
Each
flickered
airbended.
Appa on end step and airbent his board,
Go.
except for the 2 allies and, of course, Appa.
And he's doing this because he's aware of a sweeper in Daniel's deck, right? You do have Deadly Cover-Up. So he goes, look, I have the pieces to combo off next turn, so everything is just going to be exiled, and next turn, I will have the ability to kind of lock this game down.
Daniel drew Superior Spider-Man for the turn, but
Is there anything...
attack?
There's Aang at the Crossroads in the graveyard.
there's another Harvester there, too. But,
yeah.
but he doesn't have any of the big things that he's trying to bring back with this list. His deck
I agree
has
with
really
the
provided
Appa.
him with like a bunch of spot removal and a couple of Harvesters so far.
Yeah.
So he's going to trade off for Appa and an ally token as he got triple blocked there.
But I don't know, does Daniel even have a creature he can hit off of Aang at the Crossroads? If he does copy it,
My turn. Untap. Draw a card.
Well, he passed the
Play
turn
the
back.
very
So he
strong
needs
it's
to-
your, it's your own. Okay.
And I spent green and blue, cast Dock.
Works.
And I cast
Class Dock.
this one for free.
Now everything is free with Doc Hourlock in play. Badger Mole Cub. Little spice there of one of Bovine Intervention, I think?
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
It is.
that is not a card you typically see in the main or sideboard, but Hongbin playing one
Wow.
copy of this.
Swords to Cowshares.
I will cast,
Yes, you can call it that.
I'll cast and a crossroad for free.
Yeah, so I mean, Hongbin will just be able to go off here and hits a formidable speaker, so can use that to hit a combo piece, but actually just found Appa here, so can put that into play, and with the Aang, that would be essentially the combo.
There's Appa Steadfast Guardian.
Yeah,
In
so now,
response to the trigger, I float 2 mana. I float one.
Yeah, I guess you got to figure out your colors, but
I float 1 green mana and one white mana.
Green and black. Green and?
Green and white.
Green and
yeah,
white. Okay.
no need for black mana.
Okay.
I think the question at this point is just
And I
how much
exile
more can
these two
Daniel
into
take,
the
right?
airbend
He's
zone.
just going to have to watch Hongbin just get
And
all this value. And
Right.
at some point, jealousy
cast
takes
Daniel
over.
Crossbow.
Or
Yeah. Yeah, and Hongbin playing very carefully here, knowing that he basically has this game locked down and just needs to make sure he sequences everything perfectly because he doesn't know what the last card is in Daniel's
Formidable
hand.
speaker into the battlefield.
Okay.
Now you can use that speaker to find whatever missing piece you might need.
And search for a card. Like this card.
Now this deck
Alfonso.
also has the ability
for
to
each
kill
card.
you in your on the turn that you're going off as well. The way that works is you get a Badger Mole Cub into play, and you basically, once you kind of have this loop going, you infinitely flicker your Badger Mole Cub, making an arbitrarily large land
you make
that can
100,
actually
100 kill you.
and just kill your opponent that way as
Cast.
well.
I miss some like ally triggers.
I miss some ally
Yeah.
triggers.
The N is in hand. N is in hand, and I miss some ally triggers. But
He's like,
Oh, because Appa's on the battlefield?
I think I
right.
missed one ally.
He could have made some ally tokens, but
No, not one else. One ally. And I cast this for free. Get another
I
ally.
think, I think you are on time to put this here.
Okay, I cast this to put another
Okay,
ally.
okay.
So he did actually miss
missed the
one.
trigger. He's
Didn't
saying
get
he missed
it,
the
but
trigger. Yeah. And there's
I
the
still
Cub.
have like these two floating. So I cast a Badger Mole Cub.
Okay.
I cast a Badger Mole Cub. Targeting
With the mana.
that was the 2 mana floating.
Right. And now with the
and
ability to
one
Aang
is
the
in
Appa,
play. I
you can
put
basically
another, like, ally
Aang the
trigger.
Appa, play the Appa the Aang. They just go back
And
and forth, and then you can
I
flicker as
tap
many number of things as you
this
want in play, as
for
long as your
another,
Doc Hourlock,
Badger Mole Cub.
Doc Hourlock survives.
And
And
I
clearly
put
at this
another
point,
Yes.
Daniel does not have a way to kill the Doc Hourlock.
He's not waiting for just the right moment as it has passed.
So
Right.
1, 2, 3. I cast the.
Probably
and the
this will
switch spear.
prompt a
Do you have
concession.
any response?
he's
Anything in
totally-
response,
Daniel's
Daniel
like,
says, do your thing.
no
And
concession.
red zone. So in this case, that I could like go infinite with Appa and Swiss Spear. Every time I could blink the Badger Mole Cub, I could get infinite large of the token.
This is called demonstrating
Yep.
a loop,
Yes.
and he has demonstrated it well, and Daniel says, you're
Yep.
good. And that is going to be game number 1, going to Hongbin Sun, who really worked his way through a lot of early removal, but not enough pressure of any real sort there
Right.
from Daniel. I mean, he did get a Harvester down for a hit, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah. I mean, when you compare kind of the band airbending deck to perhaps the Simic Rhythm decks, the Simic Rhythm decks play many more mana creatures, and it does have cards like the Quantum Riddler, but I do feel like there's a lot more staying power when you are looking at a deck like the band airbending deck, just because Aang at the Crossroads, Interdimensional Watch. There's just so many ways to get value with this deck.
You see Deceit here on turn 2.
Yeah, great,
for
great,
double black.
great addition in this Dimir, great card rather in this Dimir Excruciator deck, because you can use this as hand disruption, and then if you tap properly on turn 4, you play Superior Spider-Man with blue, blue, black, black. All of a sudden, you can bounce something and take something out of their hand, and that's kind of, you know, these elementals have just made such a big impact in the standard environment, allowing for even a deck like this to exist. Because before, if you only have the Excruciator as something to play off the Superior Spider-Man, probably not good enough. But you add the Seed and the Harvester of Misery to the mix, now you have enough.
And it's a nice setup too, right? Turn 2, you can do this to clear the way. Turn 3,
Right.
do something. Then turn 4, if you find that Spider-Man, you get it all.
And he kind of has everything
And there's
here.
this something in the middle, stock up, kind of perfect.
Yeah, and can find some interaction here. Can play a Spider-Man next turn as well.
Looks like he's picked up a pair of Shoot the Sheriff here.
Yeah, so tons of interaction. A little bit of a clock with that Deceit potentially, and card draw, additional card draw with the Winter Night Stories in hand.
You also like to see the Deceit taking away the Bovine Intervention there, just showing it its due respect.
Hongbin's like, I made the right choice.
Yeah.
Put this in my deck.
Yeah.
So the most mana efficient play here would be to just run out something like Formidable Speaker. But if you're concerned about Superior Spider-Man, perhaps it's better to just leave up Aang Swift Savior.
Don't need to play right into it. There's Winter Night Stories
And
now for Dan.
Hong's just happy to target anything with this card.
Right.
So
Okay, so Aang Swift Savior's going to get it. Airbend the Winter Night Stories. Pass the turn back over after playing a land.
yeah, so now there's a Formidable Speaker. You do have the ability to go fetch an Appa, and then you would have kind of the combo intact, but you can't really think your combo is going to actually resolve or work, given the fact that Daniel hasn't used the removal spell yet and just cast a stock up. Doc Hourlock, very unlikely to live. So if you want to take a different approach then, I could also see potentially just fetching out Aang at the Crossroads, right? You just play that card and you're just guaranteed to get value.
Formidable Speaker has made a big impact.
Yeah, it's actually, you know, when I think when I first saw that card, my initial response was, oh, that is maybe a cool card for perhaps other formats. Maybe it'd be a cool card in Cube, but no, I was completely wrong. This has made a huge impact in Standard. And does go for Aang at the Crossroads.
Yeah, Hongbin knows, just like in the first game, that he can more or less just play a value-based strategy here. And if the combo comes together, which it happened to do good, but realistically, he was way ahead in that game anyway.
Right. Wow, that was a great draw. Intimidation tactics, so you can cleanly get the Aang at the Crossroads out of Hongbin's hand. And then Hongbin's basically kind of out of gas here. You can get the Aang at the Crossroads out of the hand, or exile it rather, and then you can play the Superior Spider-Man, copy Deceit, you know, and perhaps bounce and get rid of the Aang as well.
Wow, intimidation tactics doing work here for Daniel. There goes Aang exiled.
Yeah, the other option is, of course, just firing off a bunch of removal.
2 blue, 2 black.
Right.
It becomes a copy of Deceit.
And
You can take that or Doc if you're somehow
Pick
really
Aang.
worried about the combo, although I guess you're getting a piece either way.
Right, so now you have a 4/4 here, cleanly getting rid of the Aang. Hongbin has some rebuilding to do.
That was a nice turn for Daniel.
Yeah,
But now what?
just a Doc Hourlock.
And he drew
it
another one
seems.
for the turn too,
Right.
Paul. So redundant copy there. Maybe he'll be glad he has it later, but right now it's not doing much.
That was an insatiable avarice.
It was.
I mean, you're at 18. You could just go for you could pay full price.
Oh, just do it all?
Yeah, I mean, why don't you can just draw 3 cards if you like here. And Daniel does have the shoot to sheriff.
I mean, he's just going to do the limited you
Right.
double block, I remove your
Yeah.
creature thing. So he gets 2-for-1 out of that combo, or excuse me, that combat.
Right, and 2 mana. Oh, right, can just run this out instead and just reevaluate Winter Night Stories. Another Deceit, likely keeping that one in hand.
You can see why these decks that have a Reanimator theme like Winter Night Stories.
And there
Ooh,
is
there's the
used-
Excruciator.
There's the can you imagine if you just play that thing?
Next turn, just cast it.
It's gonna be a hard. Like it's very likely that Hongbin will just not have the combo pieces to even be able to go off here.
There's Deceit going into the graveyard. Land number 6 on the battlefield here for Daniel. He passes a turn back to Hongbin, but he just doesn't have anything going on, so he's going to attack with the elf.
It does not. I mean, this is just completely different game here. Daniel's the one that has the huge advantage in terms of resources.
And just in case, he's going to go ahead and use Shoot the Sheriff to finish off Doc Arlock, and it looks like we're going to see the demon here.
It's time. It's Excruciator time.
16, yes.
Slam it.
Boom! Just 6 black mana, no bigs.
All right, yeah, we're going to all have to read this one together.
But the bottom 6 outfield library face down. So it means that we just have the
Bottom
1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then the rest are exiled face down.
That's right. And
They
there-
saved us the time of, hey, let's
Yeah.
see what you sideboarded in.
And there is a Restless Reef in play. That's milling 4 cards. And if you play a land, you can Insatiable Avarice target Hongbin, and Daniel can actually win next turn.
Just mill you, make you draw the rest of your library and call it a game. Speaking of calling it a game, that's what Hongbin Sun just did. So that means that we're going to get a Game 3 decider with both players getting to kind of do their thing in Games 1 and then Games 2 respectively. Ooh, Torpor Orb there for Daniel, although the rest of the hand looks pretty suspect.
Yeah, but
Although Requiting Hex right now is nice.
yeah, Torpor Orb, though, really good job at kind of basically preventing the combo from even happening, right? Because this entire deck relies on enter the battlefield triggers.
Right.
So, was there a shock for this, or? Okay, I didn't see the writing up here. I was looking down here.
Okay,
Just making sure the life totals are right.
But of course, with a creature combo deck, even with a Torpor Orb in play,
You can still just
you can
cast.
still just beat down. That is still an option.
4 or 5 flying, 3 5 3
I mean,
4
it-
flying.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not
like
the
it adds
best,
up.
but it's something.
18.
Bramble Familiar choosing to just attack. Maybe it doesn't have anything else to do
It's
this
time
turn.
for a 2/4 Formidable Speaker here. No, it's a Doc Hourlock. Okay.
2 3 instead.
Yeah, all right, all right.
It's all just power and toughness.
Yeah, it would be funny. It's, you know, just playing a superior Spider-Man as a 4/4 might just be good enough, right? Just kind of keep things at bay.
You can go.
Daniel is going to play a Watery Grave tapped and then pass the turn back with Requiting Hex on upkeep.
And I love this. Killing the Bramble Familiar recognizes that ending at the crossroads is something that Hongbin can play next turn, which is just a 3/3 flyer, which is kind of annoying to deal with. So at this point, you don't really care about the Doc Hourlock, given that you have the Torpor Orb in play.
Discard this. Return this to my hand.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoops.
Sure. Yeah?
I mean, that's a big speed bump, but
Right.
couldn't he have just main phased it?
Could
and-
have just main phased it. That is not an effect that you see happen very often. People fighting for the Bramble Familiar.
So either Daniel is okay with that transaction. It does cost a lot,
Right.
right? It's basically his
The
turn
turn,
and a card.
yeah.
Or he missed it and would prefer for the familiar to just be gone. I don't know which one.
4/4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can copy the Llanowar Elf and make it turn into a mana creature.
The elf.
And it also exiles it for whatever
Yeah.
that's worth.
So now we have a 4/4 Llanowar Elf, kind of just brick walling everything here. Set up the stage. Daniel needs to just get to 6 mana here to get that Excruciator online.
Is Torpor Orb going to be good enough? Or is Hongbin going to find enough just raw creature power and toughness to keep up here?
I mean, it's looked super impressive here, right? It prevented the Formidable Speaker from getting anything. There's an Aang at the
Naming
crossroads in Hongbin's hand.
Okay.
Ally. Cavern of Souls.
He wants to name allies, most likely.
Yeah, good.
5 mana, 3/3 flyer. Feels like we're playing limited Magic.
I kind of like it. We're back to basics here.
Going to attack.
No blocks.
12. Stop.
All right, and then Daniel's got a removal spell and an excruciator.
Oh, take 3. This one.
So Bitter Triumph will take down the Aang,
Yeah, you're going to take 3 damage from it anyways. You
right?
do need the last 2 cards in your hand.
And Superior Spider-Man chipping away. Those are big chunks of
Yeah.
life.
It's the biggest creature on the
Doc's going to
battlefield there.
attack. This is kind of funny.
Yeah, well, now we're going to see a 6. Oh, and there's also a Deceit, but that would just be... Okay, it's excruciator time.
It's just huge.
No trigger ability, right?
No trigger.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
who
actually
needs a
just
trigger?
huge. Yeah.
6 mana, 6/6. There is nothing in Hongbin's
And it
deck
has
bigger
flying still.
than the excruciator.
Yeah.
By the way, though, no enter the battlefield effect. You still draw 2 cards a turn.
oh,
Right? It's still a great
nice.
card on this board. Now you're just playing Dimir control because Torpor Orb has kind of effectively shut off everything else that Hongbin's deck can muster up.
Maybe it's Dimir aggro.
Dimir midrange?
Yeah. Now that does, Torpor Orb only counts for creatures, so artifacts still get to trigger.
Yeah, and then you can cast cards here still. Does Hongbin even have a way to... Oh, the Bovine Intervention.
Right.
Right? That would be an out here to the Torpor Orb.
It does kill artifacts as well and turn them into cows.
Yeah. There's also multiple Seam Rips in the sideboard, but that's a really awkward card to board in against a deck that has basically no other targets.
Right.
Vivian
Also, I
Reed.
mean, if Hongbin were to find it, lethal's coming up very quickly here.
Yeah, I think one of Hongbin's best draws would be, I do see a singular copy of Vivian Reed in the sideboard. That kills flyers, deals with the Torpor Orb, gets you value.
Make a decision.
Sure. So I made one.
Oh, he did hit
I
a Seam
made,
Rip. Okay.
I made 2 white.
Yeah.
2 white cast
Yeah,
Seam Rip.
Seam Rip on the Torpor Orb. Okay, and then now you can Aang the Doomsday Excruciator, I suppose. But then if Daniel plays it,
Which
he
he
will be
will.
able to exile all the cards.
He'll do the combo, or maybe combo is a strong word, but
Yeah, and given that you're at such a
I have a
low
white
life total.
white floating.
Yeah.
I have a white floating.
Sun has
so
a
I'm
white
fine.
floating.
Yes.
Yeah, just got to be very mindful. This is a super
Cast
important
Familiar.
turn.
And tap this and cast N on the familiar.
Yep. Because the
Cast
Dock
and
Hour
target
like reduces
familiar.
the casting cost by
Because
2.
I have
So it costs
this
blue and a white.
reduce, just reduce 1, so I have
Right.
to like put it in the airband zone.
So now you can cast
So,
Fetch Quest off the Bramble Familiar for
which here,
free,
one white.
Right.
as it is in the
Yes,
airbend
I
zone.
have
the
1
other-
white remaining, and
Yeah.
this is for blue. So this because the dock reduce the cost, so it only costs blue
you
and
pay
white.
it for these 2.
Exactly.
I would waste these 2 for paying this, so all of these mana are good.
So he is now tapped out with
So,
Fetch Quest available on Bramble
You need
Familiar.
the blue to cast this one. I'm missing.
Yeah, the blue
something.
came from the.
I cast and the Swift Spear, targeting my Bramble.
Yeah,
Familiar.
but I asking about the mana.
I have the mana. It's only cost 2, a white and
Yeah. But
He
you
wants to
need
know where
2
the
for
blue
this
came
and 2 for
The
this
blue
one.
from
Yes.
the
Island.
multiversal
tap this,
passage,
I
and
have
then the
like
white
before,
from
like, I have like
the
5 mana,
Right.
one for
interdimensional.
this,
and the
2
other
for
white
this,
went
2
for the
this.
Seam Rip.
That's right.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it works.
He just
Yeah.
he's just wanting to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The island's tapped.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll see the play.
All right,
And I cast
Fetch
the
Quest.
Fetch Quest.
Yeah.
What do we hit? Okay.
Mill 7 cards and put a
Oh,
creature,
he hit
enchantment, or land
Appa.
on the
He
battlefield.
hit Appa onto the battlefield. Oh my goodness, that is
Wait, is
the
that the
last
combo?
piece that you need.
Yep.
So now you can Appa the Aang,
No.
play the Aang, and you can now make an
and,
infinite number of tokens.
So
Does
I
that
cast
do
Weapon
what he
for
needs
free.
to do here, though?
Ally. I need 1 ally. Thank you.
And he can also play the Web Watch, so now he can draw basically his entire deck.
Okay, so that should do.
Right.
Because, I mean, he is still facing a lethal flyer here, right? Like, if it was just Appa and Appa died or something like that.
Right.
But if he can do his whole deck, then he can get a bunch of flyers.
What a find here. I mean,
Unbelievable.
It looked like Hongbin was just going to die to this Excruciator on the final turn using every single last bit of mana.
And mana reduction effects.
Right, the reduction effects. And now it's just like, oh, by the way, you thought I was going to die next turn? You die.
You die now. And also, by the way, that seam rip, not only did he find it, but it's in his library.
Right.
Like you said, that's a tough one to
He hit seam rip and Aang off of the interdimensional Web Watch. That's unbelievable. He needed both.
And then he also needed to hit Appa.
And you know what it all comes back down to,
What's
Marshall?
that?
The Requiting Hex on turn 3.
It's targeting your.
It could have killed the Bramble
no.
Familiar, remember?
Right.
And Hongbin got it back. That Bramble Familiar is going to win Hongbin this game.
Wow.
So that I could bounce like both of your creatures are in the event zone.
And you have extra mana in each loop? Or do it? With the ally.
With the, well, I have infinite allies, so I could have allies do that to put both it into
Okay.
Daniel's
And
like,
I have, like,
seriously? How
Did I
did
just lose?
one turn happen where this all fell apart?
And I could right now.
I mean, that
I have,
is just an
N
absolutely
and
miraculous
so
interdimensional Web Watch.
Unbelievable.
Not just
start to
one,
bounce
he
this
needed
thing, and
both.
I'm
He needed
Fix
both
some
and all of the mana from it.
I think these are not just here is the exile zone. Is that okay?
Yeah, now we're just trying to
And
shortcut.
Toledo's just basically saying, okay, well,
How are you going to kill me?
make
this
sure
turn?
that I actually die this turn and
Right.
don't.
Okay. I could generate infinite mana for the exile zone.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I
Yeah.
could put
Just to let you know,
Even into
I got
play.
infinite tokens, I got infinite mana, and I can draw my deck.
play.
There's the Vivian Reed.
Just randomly discard.
This is unbelievable.
This is incredible.
Oh, this is.
I just cannot believe the
this is
House
so
of
unique.
Cards
I made it wrong.
situation that we saw. I mean, Daniel
Okay,
kind of
so
had him
now
locked up.
that
Yeah, I mean, we went from a spot where Hongbin was playing 5 mana, 3/3
1, 2,
do-nothings
3,
Right.
to this.
To this,
four,
thanks to Interdimensional Web Watch.
this Appa is in play. I put all of these cards into the event zone, and these are
I feel like
all of us.
Hongbin's practiced with this
And
deck a little bit.
He
These
knows.
are all in the event zone. Is that okay?
Yeah. And then you have a whole bunch of allied tokens, right?
Yeah, 1 billion allied tokens.
He made 1 billion.
1 billion.
Solid number.
Go.
And then he says, go. So he's not able to finish the game right now,
Yep.
but it is enough to get the job
Web
done.
Watch just
And
saved
an
my life.
incredible finish from Hongbin's son, chaining together exactly what he needed to go infinite. What a win.
What an entertaining match that was, right? And that game 3 just kind of had everything, right? We saw the sideboard matter. Daniel probably thinking about that turn
Yeah.
where he basically waited till Hongbin's turn to kill the Bramble Familiar. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know that that card had that ability, right? It's already got a ton of words. It's like, I'll just wait, I'll just kill the creature on your turn. And that fetch quest won Hongbin the game.
It
I
did.
mean, that was just absolutely insane, right?
Really great
Every
finish.
single bit of mana mattered. The exact 2 cards that you needed to hit off the Web Watch mattered. I mean, and then of course Hongbin just showcasing just complete mastery of that Bant Airbending deck.
Really great stuff there. About as close as it gets, no doubt about it. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll have more magic here from Richmond. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to coverage here of Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed. We're in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Marshall Sutcliffe. I'm with Paul Chion. You can see the PT happenings as players make their way to their seats. And yeah, we're very much in the flow of the tournament now. We're in the standard rounds. If you're just joining us, we already had our booster draft. We're a couple of rounds into standard now. And we've got two heavy hitters from Japan facing off against each other. We have Ken Yukuhiro and Takumi Matsuura. And interestingly, they both play for Team Moriyama Japan. They did not take the same list with them to this tournament, though. In fact, in some ways, a little bit combative there. Ban Airbending versus Boros Dragons.
Yeah, Takumi kind of known for his prowess with aggressive decks. So anytime there's, a deck that gives you the ability to kind of turn your creature sideways, I think he's going to be opting to go for that option. Ken Yukuhiro going for what looked very impressive in the banned airbending deck that we saw in the previous match by Hongbin's son here. The theory behind this Boros Dragons deck and the reason why you want to play this is the big card here is the Clarion Conqueror. What Clarion Conqueror does, it's a 3-mana 3/3 flyer. It basically shuts down all your mana dorks. And in a format where you're expecting 40% of the field to be Badger Mole Cubs, Land of War Elf decks, if you can get the Clarion Conqueror in play turn 2, potentially even with Momo, that can do a lot of work to just kind of slow things down.
By the way, you see the Momo right there. Says Momo's friendly, but I think you'd have to ask the people on the other side of the Momo.
And that is Sarkin. Dragon Ascendant, revealing a dragon, so you get a nice little treasure here. Sarkin has finally found a home. Now, while the Clarion Conqueror is very, very effective against the various rhythm decks, I do think it's a little bit worse here just because the banned airbending deck does have the ability to airbend the Conqueror, right? It doesn't shut down come into play effect. So if you cast an Angswift Savior or you cast Airbender Ascension, you can kind of use those cards to temporarily get it off the battlefield and then generate more mana. But we're going to see a bunch of flyers here, but will Takumi be able to put enough pressure on before Ken assembles his combo?
You can sense familiarity between the players. When you test, particularly when you test with somebody a lot, you really, really get to know the rhythm of how they play, that kind of thing. I will note here, you can see that Takumi's on 5.
Oh, sure.
That is a tough one.
This is a very good 5, though, right?
Magnetic Hellkite now.
Momo Sarkin turn 3 Hellkite is about as good of a mulligan to 5 as you can ask for here.
Yeah, and he really downgraded that land there too, right?
Yeah, and I mean, most decks are only playing. This deck is probably playing 1-2 basic lands at the most. I see a Plains.
He just grabbed a Plains
that might be
a Botanical Sanctum.
Right,
like,
so
that is not the huge. It did have a stun counter to further slow things down, though he does have a replacement Botanical Sanctum there, it looks like.
Yeah, now the only thing Takumi needs to be really mindful of here is Angswift Savior, so might choose not to attack with the Momo, but does anyways.
Or might not be a coward and just go ahead and jams.
And there is of course, also Appa as an option.
Yeah, the paleontologist enabling that here.
Yeah, it's a mana creature that also acts as a graveyard hate piece. 7 damage?
Cards in hand 2.
So do you want to block the Sarkin? The Sarkin is currently a 3/3.
7点。5点。はい。
Hey, down to 8.
All right.
But Sarkin down.
Sarkin down.
What's the follow-up here? Well, Spider Manifestation.
That is
exactly the hammer blow.
Right. So now access to 5 mana at least. I see a Dock Hourlock in Kansas. Oh, and this is not a good feeling if you're Takumi.
Right.
Ken Yukuhiro is at 8 life and that's packed with Appa.
Jammed. Okay, so.
Okay, sure.
Appa's going to get airbended with Airbender Ascension. And then we're going to see
Dock
Hourlock and then a free Appa.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
でこれとこれとこれで何もなければ無限トークンではある。
All right.
ここが
Now you get to make
た
a
だこれ
bunch
で
of
一応
1/1
これ最後で
tokens.
これできるから。
はい
まあそれまあやるかじゃあ一応。
Yeah, because Appa picked up those
そう
three
じゃあこれ
permanents.
で
They're all free to cast with Dark
インフ
Hour
ィニ
Lock.
ティインフィニティアーリー
It does take the one counter off
まあ
the
これで
Ascension, but they'll be
これ
back
出し
soon.
出してこれでまあ無限ループになって。
これがいなくなるんじゃないですかね。あそうなんですか。
何が？
最後の場でこれをこれやるときはどう？
最後はいるよ全部いる。
あはい。
Yeah, so he gets to make
じゃあ
an
これで
arbitrary. Is he?
まあ
This is
この
just
この
infinite,
3枚を
right?
追放してで戻して。
Yeah, 'cause you're
He's
playing
giving the
Airbender, so
demonstrate a
you-
loop hands for sure. So
無限。で
so he has a billion tokens.
で最後にこれをプレイしてこれを追放しました。
Okay, and then
Ready?
finally the
The last one is going to take out
yeah,
the.
because there has to be
okay.
some number of. There's got to be more than one
え
token.
っと
I think he
And you
put the
could-
die on there to show that it's
Like just a
massive.
crazy amount.
このターンで勝たないと。
そうこのターンで勝てる。
はい
Yeah.
and he wins
Okay.
because Takumi says, "Well, I can't kill you,
Right.
So
There is no ability for me to actually kill. I
And
can
I-
kill your land.
I can't kill those or you." And that is game number 1 going to Ken Yukuhiro as he's able to set up not the full do everything combo, but enough of it.
Yeah, I mean Takumi mulliganed to 5 and basically had 0 interaction. I mean, you got to have some disruption here because this is effectively a 3-card combo, and if you have nothing and you give Ken a little bit of time, it's just going to be tough.
And unfortunately for Matsuura, it's he's on 5
5
again.
All right, he's got.
He's the one
turn.
that's just playing the straight up 2-color deck, right?
Right.
Like,
I guess he's possibly aggressively also looking for specific cards.
yes, that
Right.
definitely could be.
Doorkeeper Thrall, for example,
18。
very, very good against
That's
stopping the combo.
Right. So if you make it so that they can't tap for anything and the abilities don't trigger, it's kind of like
Right.
that should be
Now,
the lock.
Seam Rip still gets this, right, because it stops artifacts and creatures, but Seam Rip would work here. But yeah, this is basically Torpor Orb on a stick.
はい16。
No follow-up flyer here, because he would have cast it ahead of time with the Momo in play.
2点。
はい
Yeah, Takumi probably just thinking, oh, I don't have a whole lot of action going on here.
終わり。
There's the Badger Mole Cub.
Yeah.
あ、そっちか。
終わり。
Oh, right, it's just the Grizzly Bear.
Right.
Another one of these games, but Ken did start with 7 cards in hand.
はいはいはいはい。
Burst Lightning.
It was worth a burst lightning. At least.
Takumi needs a
おい
dragon.
ふざけ。
Oh, there's a dragon.
まあ誘発しないか。
あ、誘発しない。
No enter the battlefield effect from this Sergeant,
いや
though.
それも誘発
No
しない。
Dragon
あ、
Hawk,
じゃあこれ
rather.
1点。
This is
あ
funny.
本当だね。
It does have an
じゃあ誘
attack
発しないか
trigger.
ら
That would
15
work.
か。
これライブミス
So 2 damage.
This not trigger.
ターン2
Oh, they're trying to figure out if Momo still gets pumped by the Dragon
多分
Hawk.
しないです。戦場に出た
Oh,
時
funny.
にことによって能力誘発させないから。
It's a triggered ability, I guess, right?
プレイしてた時じゃないですか。
It is, I mean, given that these two are teammates and they're doing really, really well, you can also just tell by the tone of their voice.
19
Right. It's a lot more
17
casual.
で
Oh,
今
they're
2
having
点で
fun.
Yeah.
15
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
ターン
ターン2キャストでノットトリガーにトリ
maybe and this ability and this moments not trigger.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Not
but and trigger type
Yes, yes.
and take two and but and not trigger.
ノットトリガー
Oh, I see.
One life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have missed it when the they're asking when the Thrall came in, should it have triggered Momo?
Oh.
They figured out that
so
it doesn't
not-
for the.
No trigger.
No trick.
No trigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
So do they need
Yeah.
to fix the
15で
life total?
Oh,
10
possibly.
19、17、
2ダメージの
Okay, he's like, I'm going to attack for you.
19
15かな
17で2ダメージ
15、15、yeah, 15.
Okay.
15 after this attack
Got it. It has
because he
now
went
been
from
sorted out.
17. Yeah.
All right. I mean,
no,
Ken's
that's
in
good
some
that they
trouble.
caught that. Yeah.
That's a Dragon Hawk on the battlefield.
Yeah. Seriously.
Just a 5/5 flyer.
First attack and 1-1.
1ダメージ
Yeah, the judge was wondering if it was from that attack on that turn, but they actually retroactively fixed it.
1, 2, 2.
Yes.
Yes. 1, 2, 2.
Okay?
So,
Yeah, okay.
All
Because
right.
Momo got to hit for 1,
Yeah.
but the throw didn't trigger it the second time.
Yeah, so Ken's got kind of an uphill battle here. This was a pretty good 5. I see an Appa, but remember, there is that doorkeeper thrall in play, so it wouldn't be able to pick anything up. It would just be a 3-4 flash flyer, which would be still good at eating the doorkeeper thrall.
I mean, Matsuura is going to have to show some caution here.
Yeah, I mean,
4 mana, like.
Yeah, at this point, you can probably just attack with the Dragon Hawk and get value that way.
18, right?
No.
The judges are asking because it was a turn prior.
Yeah.
So they looked at what the life totals became and are like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So you get to draw an extra card here because you have a creature power 4 greater and they take 2 damage.
And Matsuura wisely does not attack with throw here. So take 5 and then maybe 2 more.
If it's still exiled, you take 2.
Yeah, I don't know
what that
card
is.
that is, but
it's fancy. Is it a lightning helix? Okay, it is a lightning helix. I can believe that it's got red and white in the cost.
Well, 3 is more than 2, but you do have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And you, of course, have the option to take out Doc Arlock here.
I think Ken's just going to be flashing into 3-4 here. Yep. Yeah, there's just no way Takumi's going to run into that, so might as well just play it out to the bottom.
Right. Not falling for it.
Okay, Ken just running out some stuff, but none of these can really get in the way of the Dragon Hawk that's in play.
That throw has been massive for Matsuura. Remember, he's on 5.
Another hit. It is legendary.
Oh, it is legendary.
It is legendary. You could still, yeah, you might just want to get 2 extra points of damage in.
So it's not a Dragon Hawk, it's Dragon Hawk. Like, that's its name.
Yeah, that's right. And this is Clarion Conqueror, which would cost 2 mana, but...
So that Dragon Hawk just stayed exiled and did 2?
And dealt 2 damage to Ken.
Down to 3.
I think Ken's gonna... Okay, and the Aang won't do it either.
No, although...
Wow! Dragon Hawk was probably the best draw in Takumi's deck.
Absolutely.
At that point.
Especially because it was the maximum amount of mana he could make.
Right.
And that thing had a huge effect. Because that is one of the things you'll see the sideboard cards sometimes slow down the opposing strategy, but if you don't back it up with something, it's like they eventually find an answer.
Right. It does feel like for this Boros Dragons deck, you do need to mulligan quite aggressively to either Momo or Sarkin probably, right, just to kind of get something going early.
You must be right, Paul, because Matsuura mulliganed again.
Yeah.
5-5-6 on our 3-gamer here.
Ken is now on the play, though, with the turn 2 Badger Mole Cub.
That just got burst lightninged.
And that's a Doorkeeper Thrall in Takumi's hand. Might just be interested in playing it now so it doesn't get anged.
It has flash, right?
It does have flash.
But you just don't want to.
But if you play it end of turn, Ken can respond by casting Aang Swift Savior and then putting it in the airbend zone. Yeah.
I don't want
it. Is that a multiversal path? Yeah, and he just runs it out in main phase.
So that's on white.
Okay. Airbender Ascension does work. But Seam Work works a little better.
Yep, Seam Rip is one we've seen now in both of our matches this round, and it's been very effective against these sideboard cards.
Yeah, these
both
Torpor Orb
versions
effects,
of Torpor
right?
Orb, exactly.
Really, really strong against the airbending decks.
Was that it though for Ken?
I believe so. No, he attacked with his 1/1 1/1 land from the Badger Cub. Yeah,
sure. Get in there.
I do see a Clarion Conqueror, I believe.
That's it, right there.
Right.
Man, Takumi almost had the 2-3 punch there, right?
He sure did.
Shut down the ETB, shut down the stuff while it's on the board.
So now this Temple Garden can't tap for mana, right?
Oh, because it's a creature?
It's a creature,
Oh,
so...
no.
Oh, this
That's
is kind of a
hilarious.
rough spot here.
You know, one of the great things about Clarion Conqueror, besides how well it's positioned against these type of decks, is that it actually has both of the things that we just talked about, Paul. It does back itself up. I mean, it's a clock in and of its own.
Right.
You play a Torpor Orb and, you know, they got time.
You still need to kill them somehow.
Right, but this thing does. That's a rarity when you see a card that's that good out of the board or even the main deck.
Now, I do see an Airbender Ascension here in Ken Yukuhiro's hand. Could use that to airbend away the Clarion Conqueror and turn off his mana for a turn.
Looks like he's going to try to build up some mana here.
Oh, just making a
Oh,
large 2/2 Temple Garden.
right, because, I mean, if
All
he
right.
spreads them out, he
Yeah.
gets that one turn maybe, but
Yeah.
otherwise they're just shut off.
あ、アーリー、同盟者。
Yeah, yeah.
あ、
どうもし、Ally?
Ally. Cavern of Souls.
Ally? ALLY? Yeah.
Yes.
Ally.
They're just looking for the little tag they've got for
Yeah.
an ally.
That'll be a common one we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Takumi, if you can get a second dragon onto the battlefield, that'll put an immense amount of pressure here in Ken.
14
3 coming in. Doesn't have the ability to flash in a Nappa. Okay, that's not quite a dragon.
Not quite. He's got Momo friendly
こ
flyer.
れ4マナだ
He's
け
got a bunch of cards in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm trying
He
to figure out
does.
what he could be having,
Right.
holding here. Perhaps it's Lightning Helix. Perhaps it's... Could be a Dragon Hawk. If he had Dragon Hawk, he could have played it Lex.
Could he?
No, he couldn't.
Yeah,
He
the
went
treasure's
for it.
turned
So
off.
one of them's probably a Dragon Hawk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. I mean, we are getting in with some 2/2s here, but Takumi is the one who also has access to burn spells in his deck. Lightning Helix could go a long way here. That is a Magmatic Hellkite.
トリガーで。
That'll trigger the Sarkin, and you can get the Cavern of Souls here,
ないです
because that would be a painless source of blue mana for Ken Yukuhiro.
Oh, and look at this, just this shuffle.
Oh, does he have the planes, or did he board out?
He didn't even look.
Whoa.
8点はい
Oh, man, that Hellkite looks really good
Yeah.
when it's
He must,
Stone
he must
Rain.
have the planes in his hand.
Yes,
Yep.
he does.
Oh, that's so rough.
Oh, man, I heard him say something and kind of sigh and just pick up his library.
Yeah.
He didn't even fan it out.
This draw needs to be big here, because all he has is Airbender Ascension, and this is a lethal attack. Oh, that is Fetch Quest. So you Airbender Ascension the Clarion Conqueror, your mana gets turned on for a turn, and then what can you hit off the Fetch Quest? Because you would have access to the 7 mana.
あーほぼ積んでるな
Yeah. Perhaps you hit
あそう
Aang.
ですいやーこれバランスしといた方がよかった
6.
チャンスあったね
One more. Okay.
Okay,
All
here
right,
we go.
I mean, this time I feel like you're a little too far behind, but Aang would be one of the better. There's an interdimensional web watch.
There's 3 of them. But he got Seam Rip.
Okay, so this means
Does
no,
he-
that's not enough though, because if you play the flyer, that's 6 damage, right?
あでも負けて
But he
ね
can't play that. He doesn't have the. Okay, he's just
Exactly.
Dead, right?
And he's gonna have to give up.
強すぎるデッキ
Takumi Matsuura brings the specified weapon to the table, right? This is the one that's aimed at these, not even like exactly this deck, but at decks kind of like this. And he had the tools to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to shut down the mana creatures from the Clarion Conqueror and ability to basically shut off kind of the combo element of the Airbending deck with the Doorkeeper Thrall. You kind of, if you just play 4 copies of each, all of a sudden, it's really, really difficult for Ken's deck to do anything. I mean, take a look, Game 2 and Game 3, Takumi was mulliganed the 5 and 6 both games, but it didn't matter. As long as he mulligans aggressively to find kind of those silver bullet type creatures, all of a sudden Ken's deck just kind of falls apart.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by its ability to disrupt while applying pressure.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you really need in these matchups, and it got the job done there for Takumi. Okay, we're going to take a short break here from Richmond. When we come back, though, we'll be at the news desk to set up the next round. Don't go anywhere.